Good morning, everybody. I hope everybody has had a wonderful Labor Day. I called it Happy Non-Labor Day because I did not do any work specifically on yesterday. But I hope everyone has had a wonderful weekend as well, coming back into the hustle and bustle. For those who was off on Monday, getting back into the grind. And we're here for another edition of Real Talk with Carl and Charlene. We don't have a guest today, but we're going to be talking about why growing your business is vital. We're going to just go into some tricks and some tools of the trade as some of our stances and examples and some of our clarifications on why growing your business is vital. A lot of time people have understandings of what they think will grow their business, but we're going to walk through conversationally, real talk wise, like we always do. What are some of the things that you could do to grow in your business, and how vital is that for you being an entrepreneur, solopreneur, and you just being a business leader in general? And of course, for those who are tuning in, we appreciate you as always. Let us know where you're tuning in from. Put it in the comment section, hashtag live or hashtag replay. Also, let us know where you are at right now, where you're tuning in from. This is a global show, Real Talk with Carl and Charlene, and we're just out to get it started. Happy Tuesday. Now, without any further ado, we're going to bring to the stage our wonderful co-host, Miss Charlene Brown. What's up, Charlene?
What's up, Carl? I'm over here trying to look at us on LinkedIn,
Oh my God.
making
You got to pay attention. The Cole's got to
sure
pay
we looking
attention.
right.
Cole's got to
Hey,
pay attention.
hey,
Good, 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 good.
I'm here. I'm
What's
here.
going? How was your weekend? How was your
My
weekend?
weekend was good. It was filled with work. It was filled with a lot of work,
Okay.
but good work. Cleaning things up, finishing some projects out. I got a lot of emails to send out today. I'm excited. There's some new stuff coming up as well. So really excited. And of
Ah,
course, worked on my course. Did a little bit of that. And
yes.
of course, the podcast. I launched another episode today. So go check that
Oh,
out.
go
8 gaps
podcast.
that are
It's your
stopping
birthday.
you.
Go podcast. Oh man, go podcast. It's your birthday. Yes, he got some new episodes of the podcast coming out. It is definitely the real talk. Now we're talking about growing your business today, and we talking about we're gonna go. Our title is why growing your business is vital, but what we're gonna really go into is just some things that maybe entrepreneurs, solopreneurs, business leaders haven't thought of. And when you say growing your business, we're talking about your business for those who are business owners, but we also
Mhm.
talking about business leaders as well. What you can bring to the table, be used for you in order to go in the essence of growing it. And modern technology, as I can see on my screen, I'm freezing, but you guys hanging there with us. It is what it is today. But with growing your business, what are some of the things you think are really vital in growing your business? Like vital tends to let me know that it's like on the heartstrings, it's like the bloodline, it's like the heartbeat of your business. What is really
Mhm.
vital? Give me a one, two, three to you. What is really vital about growing your business?
Well, I know for me, a lot of it was getting a system together, understanding what I needed to get done in terms of processes. A lot of times we jump into things and we don't have a process, we
Mhm.
don't write down the process. So we are pretty much all over the place. And then we're not able to bring people in. So, you know how most corporations are, they're always hiring or they're trying to bring people into new prospects, into new positions, but if you're by yourself, you're working on, having a freedom of doing things your way, but then you're not giving yourself freedom of time. So you're always have to be at the helm. You're always have to be the one who's running things, who's executing, right? But how can you really build freedom into your life if you always have to be behind the wheel? You can't take a break. So I think part of that is really putting systems together, understanding what your processes are so you can bring people on to help you.
Yeah, when you think about that, systems is, and the funny thing, what I've learned is being a now an entrepreneur, while it's coming out of the corporate field. a lot of that we gave no thought to being in corporate. And I
Yeah.
think the most reason that, and it was not for a dereliction of us just thinking about it, it wasn't important to us. And it wasn't something that was vital, in essence, for us growing or being able to do our jobs. But what I really learned coming out of there, how important strategies and systems are. We take it for granted that those things are already established in the
Yes.
corporations that we work for, and the corporations that we coming out of. So we kind of like we kind of like lost when the sauce, so to speak, when that comes, because like you already had systems. I was talking to a person. I had to go do a speak, and when I did training and stuff in the corporate, where I just go by HR, pick up my packets, my bundles, and then I
Mm-hmm.
had everything prepared, and I had to go do the same speech. And I was like rambling. I was like, okay, where's my stuff? Like, where I didn't have folders put together. I didn't have. It's such a thing that we take for granted, and those things are when you don't have systems in place, and even starting out as a young entrepreneur who's just really starting out, it's best to have those systems in place so you can prepare yourself for growth. Because that's another thing that I learned. Sometimes we take on these jobs, and we want the growth, we want the sales, we want the people, we want the clients, we want that, but we never really be prepared for the influx of them coming in. Because I went from like not having a client to like 10, 11 people wanting me to do different things, and I was still stuck with the one. I was still stuck with the one client and in that place. So it's a lot of things that what would be some of your best ideas that you give to someone starting out? I want to go to the starting out part. They leave it
Man,
corporate and they want to start out on their own thing.
I always say have the purpose of you're doing this ingrained in your mind. Because when things get hard, and we know life will throw all kinds of loops at you, all kinds of things are going to happen, right? So, what is it? What's going to really empower you and really motivate you to keep moving forward? Some people, it's their children. Some people, it's the overall family. Some people, it's maybe they don't want to be broke ever again. They want to have the freedom to just jump on a plane whenever they feel like it. What is the ultimate purpose behind why you're even starting? So then when you actually start those road bumps, or you start hearing the no's, or you start seeing those doors slam, what's going to keep you motivated enough to keep moving and keep making sure that everything you do is going to actually help generate I don't know, a positive outcome, and actually motivate you to help your community? Because as you know, we're always about the community. So what's going to help you say, this is what my community wants from me, this is how I can help them, let me keep it pushing? Because not only do they want this, but I actually see the results happening. Because sometimes people get into business and they don't see results. They don't see people saying, yes, I want this, I love this, give me something else, give me more. They don't see that. So then it's easy for them to drop their business because they think nobody's there, nobody's around. So yeah, what's your ultimate drive? What's your purpose?
Yeah, that's very key, because a lot of times we start our own businesses. A lot of times there are purposes behind it, but what I'm finding, and a lot of people may not even admit to it, or they may not subconsciously be aware of it. A lot of
Hmm.
times people start businesses to run away from situations they're in the corporations they work for. And they take the talent that they have and think that they can consider that a business. In all actuality, it can be, but it has to be cultivated. There has to be a strategy and there has to be a plan involved. But a lot of times, a lot of people that I know that I'm counseling and talking to, they're like just tired of corporate. So they're going to do business. And I'm like,
Yes.
okay, well, where's the bridge to that? Because that's fine if that's your purpose and you want to jump into something you love to do. But have you thought out a plan of how you will transition this from corporate to that? Because if we don't, we start bringing corporate behaviors into business behaviors of our own, and then we just recreating the same situation in which we ran from. When you think
Yes.
about your strategies, what were some of the strategies that you thought about? Like when I think about strategies, there's so many that come to mind. But on your side and what you do, what are some of the good strategies that you offer to get people on the eight ball, so to speak?
I always look at what's being done right, and of course evaluate what's being done wrong and why is it wrong. Is it wrong because I just don't want to do it? I don't believe in the process? Or is it wrong because there's another way? There's a better way. Sometimes you have people, and I'll do it all the time in corporate. I'll ask, hey, if there's improvements you can give, please feel free to add those. But then you'll have people, they'll just throw stuff out there thinking that they're improving, but they didn't put any thought behind it. They didn't understand the overall big picture, because you hear that too in corporate, the big picture. What's the big picture? We're trying to improve everything. But you have people, they only think of that little silo, that little hole they're in. And they're
What's
only
the big
thinking they
picture?
want to improve their world. They're not saying, well, how am I affecting others around me? Because regardless of what it is, I keep going back to it. My mom always says there no man is an island. So if you know that you're working on a team, you're in a business, so you have clients, you have customers, you have others that are coming to help you, partners even. How is what you are doing in your business, in your little world, affecting others around you? Because no matter how much we feel we are by ourselves, we still impact other people's lives in some way or form.
Yeah. Yeah, that's definitely the case. We always on the point, on the cusp of impacting people, and that's pretty much when we start our business, and once we get rolling in it, that's pretty much what we want to be, the objectivity of our business, to impact people.
Mhm.
When you
Yeah.
look at it, everybody's in for money, of course. I mean, I don't even count that as a reason to be in business anymore, because those things are no brainers. I mean, you got bills to pay, there's things that you're obligated to. Money has to be a factor. So I don't even put that on my checklist anymore, because obviously you want to make money. But when you're doing the business, while I start thinking some other things that come into play. I want to have longevity. I want my business to carry. If my children don't be in this business or want to carry this business forward, I want it to be sustainable, where the employees that I have working with me will be empowered to carry it forward, and will be empowered to kind of move forward with my thought, my dream, my vision, my mission of the reason why I started the business. And when you think about those things being vital, I think of those things being vital: the character of the business, the culture of the business. What does that business entail? Why would people want to work there? These are things that I look for when I'm interviewing and when I'm looking at people. What are you bringing to the business? Yes, diversity is a key. Inclusion is even more key. But how are you vulnerable with being in working environments? Are you able to be reached? Are you reachable, touchable? Are you empathetic or sympathetic to situations? Are you about building, uplifting, developing, and growing employees? Or are you downsizing? Are you, you know, putting clicks together? Are you, all of those kind of things are really vital to me in
Overworking
essence.
people. Yeah.
Yes.
Overworking to save money, but it's not saving money, because when you think about it, when you overwork your people, you're
Mhm.
actually taking money out of your pocket, because now they're burnt
Yeah.
out, they're
Yeah.
taking more time off, or they tend to leave after a while because they just can't do it anymore. So, how much are you really saving if you're not putting better practices into place?
Yeah, it's one of those things where I thought about what really has been an eye opener to me is the investment in me. And when you think about that, a lot of people want to know by a lot of people go, "Oh, I can read everything," or "I'm smart enough, I can catch everything." And I was, I kid you not, I was one of the people like, if I can read it, I can figure it out. If I can figure it out, I know how to apply it. That's how I lived my life. But that's not always the simplicity of business. Like, you have people in places that really can mold you and push you toward those kind of elevations that you want to be at. And I really had to learn that. Yeah, we come into, and I'm being vulnerable in what I'm saying because it's honest, and I want somebody to catch and grab to what I'm saying. When you think that you're in business and you're vital and you're growing and you got these ideas and you're trying to do everything yourself, it could be a complete burnout. And I've talked to someone that's like, yo, I don't even think I'm fooling with business no more. I'm going back to my 9 to 5, because they've kind of like went at it the wrong way. Have you seen any of that in your essence and your networks and your people you chatting with?
Yeah, I see it all the time. And then, you're talking from the vulnerability part where people are just pretty much burning themselves out because they're just not putting the proper focus on the business. And that also goes to, you didn't create a mission, you didn't create a vision for your business. So you're not mapping it out. And a lot of people have been saying if you write it out, you understand, you have that clarity of why you're doing something. And then others can read that and understand the clarity as well. So with me, I say when you're doing the websites, because a lot of times people say, oh, I can figure out the website, I can figure it out. But it's not always about figuring it out. It's about putting your energy where you can do better, where you can do best. Because as much as it took me 20 over 20 years to know the stuff that I know, and I'm still learning, I'm always learning, but I'm not starting from the beginning. I'm not starting as though I have nothing, or I'm starting from plain scratch. So having someone who's actually further along than you, to understand all the dynamics that it will take on different tasks that you may not be strong in, just give that to them. Let them do that and find your place where you can be strong at and you can excel at. And then you are more vital, not just to your business, but even if you're in corporate, you're more vital in corporate if you are in your lane and you're doing what's making you like want to be there in the morning. Because a lot of times, even though we're working from home, most times we don't even want to log on to a corporate laptop. We don't want to see it. If we can bury that laptop, we're going to bury that laptop and we're going to keep moving. But through force, the majority of us are logging on to these laptops. But it's not because there's a joy in that. It's because we have to do something. This is what we have to do to get through. So it's more like if there was more focus on getting people to do what they really truly thrive in, what they love to do, then you have a better chance of people wanting to come and work with you.
Yeah, and you have that. It's so much easy to have those plans, and I'm probably not the first one that's going to say this, and definitely not going to be the last. When you have all of these things in mind, and because we're pretty smart individuals. Most people that has decided to take on a business has probably worked. They either have that desire, that zeal, that gift, that entrepreneurial spirit, where we hear all the time, that tenacity to go forward, and if they fail they're going to keep going forward. And then you have those that's like educated, has been in their fields for so many years, have derived different plans and places of how to really execute and go out and teach that to other people. You have these people, so people are smart coming into the entrepreneur field. You know, 9 times out of 10 you won't find a dummy that's doing that, but there's not always clarity on how to do it, and that is one of the things that vulnerability, when I talk about it and I teach about it, I tell people to be that. But it was something that I really had to apply, because a lot of times we can help others out of their situations, but can you really help yourself out of that? And a lot of times I had to say I don't know, and that was just not the simple fact of saying that, I'm just this dumb dude, but it kind of put some clarity into the fact of what I know and what I don't know, what I need help with, what I don't need help with. And those things are really vital in business, because you can set a match to. I've heard a lot of people tell me, yo, you caught things right on time because you about to set a match. You was about to set a match to your business. And I'm thinking like, oh, I'm thinking I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing, right? But when you think about that and you put it into perspective, not knowing, not understanding, not really understanding the direction of whatever, you can have a plan, you can have your stuff written out. And I'm finding out that sometimes businesses evolve. Majority of the time, good businesses that's going to be a staple, they evolve. And just in the
Exactly.
course of just the youngness of my business, I've evolved a whole lot since I first put
Yes.
this down on pen and paper. You know what
Yes,
I'm
you
saying?
have.
Including including my website.
And that's what it is. And I say, um, no business should be a set it and forget it. Your website is not a set it and forget it, because you're changing, because new things are happening, between technology evolving, your thoughts are evolving, things that your clients want are changing all the time. So why do the same thing and not try to incorporate new ideas, new processes, new concepts? So it kind of allows you to not feel stalled and not have everyone else looking at you like your stall. Look at Kodak. Kodak had an amazing opportunity to evolve, but they didn't want to. And what happened now? They're gone. And no, most people would see them as that giant that wouldn't go anywhere. Like they're always going to be there, but they weren't, and they're not anymore. So it's like, can you imagine McDonald's? And I don't eat McDonald's anymore, but I'm just saying because they're there, right? They're the giant out there right now. Can you imagine McDonald's no longer being around because they just refuse to do something different? I didn't even think they would ever add a Beyond Burger to their menu. I think Damn, Burger King, a lot of these
Mhm.
places started catering to vegan or vegetarians. Now, I don't know how clean that really is, but at the end of the day, they're saying, let's try something different. So can you
Yes.
imagine they say, we don't want to do anything. We're going to give you the same greasy fries. We're going to do the same unhealthy food. We're not going to try anything different. We're not going to give you fruits or whatever. We're not going to have the kids eat these little cut up apples and overcharge you. We're going to stay where we are, right? But they didn't. They said, let's do something different. Let's grow and let's test it out with different markets so we can see which market wants what. And you go to different McDonald's, there's going to be different food there. It's not going to be the same thing. So why, as small business owners, do we think we're not supposed to change? We're supposed to do the same old. It just doesn't even. It's not even logical. Why are we doing things that are harming us rather than things that are improving how our positions are in the.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that. And McDonald's has always, and even in that, I haven't eaten in there in quite some time. I think now, as much as my appetite has been, if I go and eat, it'd probably be really disturbed. But I think about not that their food is horrible, it's just that
Mhm.
that's a food taste that your stomach has to acquire. When you look at that, and I'm looking at what
Right.
Aldo said, they have been an establishment of marketing. Like McDonald's have been the
Mhm.
excellence in marketing for as long as I can remember. Everything from the Happy Meal toys to the characters, the
Yes.
Gremlin, Ronald McDonald, those kind of the Grimace, all of those kind of things. From the commercials, from to the black community, 365 Black, and all. Like they've been a staple in marketing, and with that marketing, they mass produce. Even how they was developed as Ray Crockett back in the day, because I've done a little history on this story. Back in the day, just want to mass produce burgers the same way all over in whatever store. Like they've had that quality of that, and they've lost a lot of. Yeah, these up and coming companies, Chick Fil A, and these kind of planes that has kind of like taken that mass production, and they've evolved because they
Mhm.
went further to great customer service, to making you feel like you're eating at mom's or grandmom's instead of you just in a place buying something to eat, making your
Right.
experience much different. This is the same things that you have to apply to your business. When I thought
Mhm.
about consulting, I didn't even want to call myself that for the simple fact that there's millions of consultants. And like I didn't want to get ingratiated in that title and have people look at me and say, okay, this guy's just another consultant. And I say, okay, well, then I start doing homework. Well, what makes you different? What have you carried from your workplace to who you are as a person, to the character of person you are? How
Mhm.
does that resonate with you consulting? And I was like, yo, I talk about vulnerability, homie. That's where I live. That's what I eat. That's what I breathe. So now that puts me at a stature where it's only a couple, you
Right.
know, and not the millions that I've already put me in. And the same way with you with the architecture and the web design and those kind of things. You got, I didn't know it was so much into webs sites and designs until I met you. Really, I really thought all these web designers, and this is no knock on you guys. You guys do what you do, but a lot of people need to understand, and this is what real talk is about. When you hear these web developers and these ones say they hit your logo, they hit your web page, they hit you that. That's
Mhm.
what they're gonna do. They're gonna hit you with that, and then you're gonna be left with that. Because I've had a bunch of them do it for me. They didn't go in and talk about strategy with me. They didn't open up the doors of my thinking to see how I would want to present myself. So yes, they can put up a pretty picture because I'm great with pictures. Man, photo stock, we like this, homie. We like this. I had beautiful photo stock, but my photo stock didn't match my strategy. It didn't match what I wanted to say. It didn't involve who I was. How vital is that to even understanding the metrics around your business to making your business grow?
It's key because let's just put it out there. What I do, web developers don't do. Web developers, web designers, they're not going to go and have a conversation with you to understand and have you understand what is the ultimate strategy you need to get to the goal you have for your business. That's not what their purpose is. Their purpose is you give them some content, you give them photos, you give them the videos, pictures, all of that stuff, and the written content, and they put it all together and make it pretty. That's their focus. That's what they do, and that's no knock. That's just what they do. A web strategist helps you understand how you're getting people from point A to Z with little to no friction as much as possible. But what I do is I help bring all of that together, plus help you understand what technology you need to be on. Because I'm not going to push, even though I love WordPress, I'm not pushing you on WordPress if that's not where you can live and thrive off of, because I may not be the one managing the site, right? So you have to come in, understand what the technology is, work with the technology and be comfortable enough so you can manage your site, or you need to be able to bring someone else on who can do that for you. But if you're not understanding this is what the website should be doing, people are not buying, they should be getting from here to here to here, but we're missing them in the middle. That means you're missing vital things. You're not even tracking. Most people don't track what's going on their website. They throw it up and they leave, and then they're telling people, hey, go buy this, go buy that. But they didn't even go through the process themselves to see what the customer is experiencing. So that always is a downgrade of how you're really putting stuff up. And like how Aldo was saying, with these falsities of, if you have minimum wage and you can live off of that, most of us can't, especially depending on what country you're in. Minimum wage is a joke. Let's just keep that real. That's why so many people are jumping, doing what they have to do. But you also have the idea from McDonald's of you can be an investor, you can have a franchise, but that's hard. Franchising is hard. You have to actually prove you have a huge amount of money at a capital at your disposal. Most of us don't have that. So most people will not be a franchisee of McDonald's or most corporations or most businesses. That's just not going to be a reality. So what can the reality be? The reality, if you're going to even start your own business, the reality has to be understand why you're doing this. What is the ultimate goal? What is the ultimate purpose of your business? And then start building it so you can grow it. You can expand this business. You can bring other people on. Now, expanding your business does not mean you have 40 different locations and all this kind of stuff. That's not how expansion always has to look. Expansion also includes bringing others on, but you can't bring others on if you're charging $2 for lashes and stuff like that. How much are you really having to sell constantly? And that's what a lot of new business owners don't know, especially when 2020 hit. Everybody was running to get online. Why? Because they were shut down. Brick and mortars were a wrap for a good amount of the time. Even now, it's kind of iffy because whatever they're making, they're trying to catch up. Let's
Yeah.
just put that 100, because most of the government was not giving money like that to businesses,
Right.
especially the black and browns. That was a struggle to get money out of them. Even though they said they had it, they weren't handing it out. So where's this money sitting? Oh, we have to now prove that you're a
Yeah.
business. So if you were selling sneakers out your car and you called yourself a business, now how are you going to prove it? So all the things that people have been saying all the way up to 2019 was make sure you have a business plan, write it out, think about what it is you're doing. So if something comes up, if you have to now go ask for money, because it happens, if you can call it a grant, you can call it a gift, you can call it a loan, you can call it whatever it is, but you're asking someone else to invest in you, but yet you didn't take the time to invest in yourself to write down what you needed. And that goes from your website to your business plan to even your marketing. You know how many small businesses don't even have a marketing budget? So how do you expect to get the word out? Every day now you're on TikTok dancing. You're on Instagram doing all kinds of pointing and all this kind of stuff, but you don't have a game plan at the end of the day. So you don't know how many videos you need to push. You don't know how many people you need to watch the videos. And then in turn, for them to watch it, how many of them have to click on it? And even though they clicked on it, that doesn't mean that they automatically purchased anything. So how many do you need to really funnel in? And what is a funnel? Most people still don't know what that is. Approaching the end of 2021. Most people still do not understand what is a funnel. And just to keep it plain, a funnel is literally getting people from point A to Z. And as a good
Yeah.
friend, Carol Ching says, getting people from point A to cart for a lot of online stores. How are you
Yeah.
going to get people from A to cart? And that
Yeah.
means checkout, not just they saved it in their cart,
Oh
checkout.
yeah.
They sent you the money cleared, they didn't promise you money. And a lot of people ignore that PayPal credit is there. They have a lot of other institutions that are allowing you to purchase ahead of time. You pay the
Mhm.
institution back, but the vendor is paid in full. So you still have opportunities that you don't have to always put a ton load of money up front, but you can invest in it. You don't have to always use your own credit card per se, but you're having another institution help you through a business function, not help you buy just to buy, but you're thinking through, okay, I need to invest in a take PayPal credit. Great. Let me use it through PayPal credit. The business coach is paid up
Mhm.
front and I pay back in installments the way that I wanted to do it already. Because some business coaches want it in full. And there's business coaches that want $10,000 up front to
Mhm.
work with you because they've reached that level. They know the
Mhm.
type of clients that they're working with who are going to drop that $10,000. But if you're coming into the game and you're like, wow, I want to work with you, and they're $10,000, now is not the time for you to come into their world to say, hey, can you give me a deal? How about I give you a t-shirt and we knock something
Wow.
off? Like these are some of the conversations people are having.
Yeah.
These are some of the conversations people are having. So it's really understanding because a lot of others that you're working with and they're at a higher investment level, they've actually done the work. They know what their value is. They know what they bring to the game. They know what they want out of their business. If you're starting out and you need a coach, find a coach in your level, not because you're not worthy, but you just can't afford a $10,000 coach at this time. So start
And
finding out where your level is, find the people to build you up in that level so you can now elevate, not so you can stay in that level, right? Because when babies are born, when we're born, we're not crawling the rest of our lives. There's stages to our lives. So there should be
absolutely.
stages to your business. There should be stages to your websites. So start doing that. Start thinking that way. Stop jumping into these quick schemes,
Six six.
these sketchy ideas. And they're
Yes.
sketchy. Why? Because you didn't think about the whole plan.
And you
That's
didn't take any consideration into the plan either. You like I just scroll. Sometimes I scroll on Instagram and I do that. I do it for most. So it's pleasure
Mhm.
and funny because I love seeing some of the reels. I just really do. I love seeing some of the reels. They are so hilarious, especially those with animals. I love animals. I love to see the quirky things they do. But when you look at that, I'm constantly seeing like every second or third reel, there's some 7 steps or 6 steps to 7 figures,
Mhm.
or there's some dynamic, or why do you need to have a coach when you can uh, do this course and all of this yourself? And and Lord have mercy, it's just like anything. It remind me of back in the day when you used to shoot dice and I mean play pool, and you act like you can't play and start sucking
Right.
people in, and then you
Right.
just a shark. This is what I think about when I look at all of these, and not to discount anyone's fame that have made it doing this, but I just say that there's just so many. There has to be some homework done. I have people that I've talked to say, "Yeah, well, I just did such and such course because his name is Grant Cardone," and I'm not discounting Grant Cardone, but does that fit for you? Is that your mold? Is that something that you can pour money into to establish yourself? Or is there another grit to the groundwork that you can do? Is there some of that infantry work that you can do that you can get down and dirty or enlist those around you that's not costing that much? Is that I like my coaches, they are free. It's called my LinkedIn network. I'm loving it, Aldo, because if you, and really it is, Aldo, because I've amassed a great following on LinkedIn, and a lot of that has come from people sharing things with me and me getting knowledge from them and just reciprocating it right back into the
Hmm.
network, right back into shows like this, right back into things that we offer, clients that we talk to, because
But
we're
the key is
regurgitating.
reciprocation because there's
Yeah,
people you can pour into them all day and they won't
yes,
do anything. So free
that's
isn't, it's not always because someone's charging you, but what
mm-hmm.
action are you taking? Because honestly, I've noticed a lot of people they take more action when they actually invest. They just do. I don't know
Yeah,
why, they just do. Because a lot of times you can get free all day and people just won't make a move. They just won't. So
yes,
it's
that's true.
really up to the person. What type of person are you working with? Because let's not get it twisted. Some coaches pour their all into you. They pour energy into people. And you
Yes,
have coaches who are meeting with their clients daily. They're supporting their clients. They're cheering them on. They're going to events to make sure that they're followed through. They're calling them.
mm-hmm.
That's a text message. That's time out of people's lives. So, what is it that you're really going to do to show that you appreciate that? Because everything can't always be free because they too have a business. And when
Mm-hmm.
Uncle Sam comes, Uncle Sam don't want to hear you in a loss because they're like, then
No,
you don't have a business, you have a hobby. Let's just keep it real. If you cannot turn a profit in your business, it's a hobby. It's an
let's go.
overpriced hobby.
Get the Hobby Lobby and just add your stuff in the checkout line. Because
Facts.
that's because
Facts.
that's what it is, and it's and I was going to hit that. You hit that right on the head. Yes, we do that, and the reciprocation is there. But like me and Charlene, we're in networks, we're in groups. But you know why we're in there? We're not in there for membership stake. We're not in there for the followers. We're in there because information is being shared and disseminated among the masses that are in there, and we're looking at opportunities with that. Because yes, all information is not usable to everybody, but there
Right.
are information and groups and things that you get into. Like my grandmother say, chew up the meat and spit out the bones. Get those things that's going to develop you, that's going to push you, that's going to motivate you, that's going to educate you, that's going to push you out of your comfort zone. Use those things and apply those things to what you're doing and see how it works. Then you can go to a crest and say, now I have a little more clarity. Now I can understand what I need to pay for. Because a lot of times we hop into that stuff, we talking about, oh, it ain't free or they cost a lot. Well, what do you need? Do you even know what you need? Are you even clarity? Do you have clarity on what coach will get you from point A to point B, and you can drop that coach and move to the next spot? Or I
Yeah.
mean, there's a lot of things that go into play with that. So we look at things on a money aspect, but we got to bring some stuff to the table too. What are we needing? How we want to progress our business? What future are we looking at? What places do we want to go? What kind of people we want to have employed for us? What kind of circumstances that we want our business to be if pandemic re-hits and we re-gets back with unstabilization, uncertainty, no brick and mortar? How can I continue to
Hmm.
push my online business past where I'm at today? Like these are
Right.
things. So you say I want to coach, and you say, "Oh man, you cost $10,000." Well, maybe he's got to the point, or she has got to the point where that's what it costs for them to move. But they got the gravy. You still
Yeah.
there stirring up the pot with the mashed potatoes, and they not even cooked yet. So why
Yeah.
would you go jump to the $10,000 ones? Find a coach. You're charging $200 an hour. I can't
Yeah.
afford that. Let's get a week schedule and let's help me clarify some things. Hey,
Yeah.
that's what we got to do. That's
If
growing
you
your
if
business.
If you won't invest in yourself, this is my quote. If you will not invest in yourself, then why should anyone else?
Oh, we got
I
quotes
say
on.
that all the time to my clients. I made that quote early in my business because I was tired of seeing clients who just did not want to invest in themselves. And it wasn't that they weren't paying me. Like I do pro bono when I need to. But when I would see them not even wanting to pay like a hosting fee, they didn't want to pay Squarespace fee. I'm like, well, how do you want your website to live online? Like somebody got to put it on a server. It's not just gonna be there just randomly. Like you can't just keep your computer on and everybody else sees what's on your computer. Like what you doing today?
I don't
So
think a lot of
and
people know that. Cause I just thought you put it on there and it just live out there in the freedom.
man, get out of here. Because I
Oh,
remember when I first started that we haven't said hello to most. We were just talking to everybody at
yeah,
this
we
point.
just talking. Yeah.
But hello, everyone. Thank you guys for joining. But I remember when I first started websites, it was on the free,
Oh,
and it was
free.
I want to say Fire Angel or
Fire
Angel Fire,
Angel, wasn't it?
one of
Wasn't
them.
it?
It was
Yeah, I remember that. That was
it
like,
was hella
ooh,
free.
that
My
was hella.
MySpace, come on now.
That
But
was a long
Angel,
time
I
ago.
want to say it was Angel Fire. It was something with Fire and Angel. I forgive me if I don't know which one came first. However, their free meant they were peppering your entire website with ads. That's
Yes,
free
yes, I
because the
remember that.
the cheap comes out expensive. Their free meant that they are putting ads on your joint, right? It
Mm,
doesn't matter what website company it is. That's just what it is. No matter where you go, either you don't have your main domain because it's going to be whoeverhosting.com / you can put your little domain name in now. You know what I mean? Because
After they
their
change
whole,
domain names,
yeah, because their whole thing is since you don't want to pay, you want it free. Our our
oh,
our our trade-off is we'll give you free, but we're promoting everywhere. You want our name off your website, you're going to pay us.
you gonna pay.
Either way, the cheap comes out expensive. So either
Mm,
you're going to pay in your time, you're going to pay with some money, or if you're going to pay with the lowest amount you can find, your business is not going to grow. So you're still
nah.
going to be losing potential reach to clients who could actually do business with you, who might
Mm,
actually want what you have. But because you won't even invest in marketing, I'm not a fan of Facebook, but damn, $5 can actually help you understand. It's not gonna like have money pouring into you, but it can help
mhm.
you understand how to use ads. You can start practicing with literally $5 on Facebook. Practice.
Yeah.
So if you had to go to Google, if you had to go to, I don't know, your mom.com, who has a ad space that they want to give you and they're charging you, now you know questions to ask. You can ask any website person,
Mm,
any Instagram influencer, TikTok influencer. The first thing you're going to ask them if they're charging you for marketing and promotion, what's your reach? How
mhm.
many people are clicking and buying from the links you share?
Yeah. And it.
Other than that, I don't care if you have 4,000 people looking at it. Nobody's buying. Thank you, and have a good day.
Oh
You know what I
wow.
mean?
We
Why,
dropped.
why am I giving you $200 for an ad that got me no purchases?
We
I didn't
dropped.
even get I didn't even get half my money back. Like, are you serious today?
We dropping the
So those are the
bomb.com.
conversations you need to have if you are going to run a business and not an expensive hobby.
Yeah, because I mean, other than that, that's exactly what you're going to do, and you have those things, truth be told, that's how I kind of learned how to to invest in stocks. I started on oh God, I can't think of the name, Robinhood, and I started
Robinhood, that's
doing
what I did.
I started
That's
doing
where I started.
my little twos and fews until I knew what
Yeah.
I was doing. Now I go. Now I'm with Ameritrade. Now I got a little sense about where to put a dollar. So, but I
And I
started.
had a merit trade. I had a merit trade for
Yeah.
years, but I didn't do anything. I was doing penny stocks
See,
because I was
I
like,
didn't
I
know
can't lose
nothing.
money. I can't lose money.
No,
But
I'm one of the
I
ones saying
use
it.
you're right. I use
Yeah.
Robinhood to learn.
Hmm.
I'm not using them for the bulk of everything anymore, but I
Right.
use them to learn and then see how long does it take for me to switch my money out? What do I got to
Yeah.
do? Because I was fortunate enough to have a corporation that allowed us, even though I feel like it was a okey doke, but I'll suck it up because I'm in now. But they allowed us to have stock in the business in
Mhm.
our corporation. We work here, we got stock. Okay, cool. So a friend of mine, my peer, he's the one who told me, "Don't sell. They're gonna send you letters. Keep it, keep it." And I
Keep
did.
going.
I did. I messed up once because I didn't open up a letter, and I was like, "Damn, I messed up." But that's okay. But the rest of it, I not only kept it, but that joint, I looked at it and I was like, "This is how much I have in here." I almost passed
Yeah.
out. I had to call them. I called them to say, "Is
To
this
make sure it
real?"
wasn't a mistake, right?
I said, "Is this legit?" So it's about learning. Start off small,
Hmm.
learn how things are working, so then you can start building that plan, that strategy for growth. But if you're not even doing the work to plan it out, to learn the small things, then it's easy for you to get bamboozled, because let's be real, that's what a lot of web designers and developers are doing. They're coming out of these schools, or they're coming out of YouTube University, and they're telling everybody that they're web designers and developers, and they're
Yes.
literally not doing projects, not finishing projects. They don't even call, they don't have consultations. It's like, what's going on? And that's part of why I started my business, because I knew that I could see what was going on. So if there's overwhelm going on with me, I now have to learn to have communication, because it's easy for developers to screens. We don't want to talk to anybody, but that's not how you run a business. We have to talk to our
You
clients.
got to talk to people. You got to
have
talk to
to.
people. Yes, I
We
showed. I
have
told
to.
Charlene, you got to talk to people because people don't. And I'm telling you, for one thing or another, that it's a bad rap because most companies have not had good interaction with IT. So there,
Mm-hmm.
foremost, there's no good. I don't care how sweet or whatever it is. If you worked in corporate, you have not had all good interactions with IT. Nine times out of
Facts.
10, if not 9.9, they've been snotty. They told just plug it in there or just have you
Mm-hmm.
restarted. They've given you the attitude. They got this godlike complex because you can't get in and sign in until they let you. So I know from assurance, my own self, I had not had me and my IT guy was on first name basis. And a couple of times I went down to the department because I did not like how he talked to me on the phone. So I know when you have those kind of things, I getting with Charlene, I say, you IT. I don't care how beautiful you smile, whatever. People ain't grooving with IT people like that. They just like, y'all got a bad rap, just like a lawyer. You got a bad rap. So, right? So I say, you
But
got to
most
come from
IT
behind that.
does most IT don't have people skills. So that
Right.
goes into another thing that you need for business growth. You need
Mhm.
people skills. Where are your soft skills? Some people's people
I
skills
got
are
you.
trash.
Right here. I got you. They
Soft skills are
trash.
trash. Like like if you can't pick up that, oh, wait a minute, someone, maybe they're having problems because they might be older. It's no hit off of older folks, and some older
No.
folks need to get out of their feelings, because it's true. I've sat down and I would overhear conversations where some older people would say, "Well, I don't need that. I've done this for
Whoa.
40 years without it." Well, 40
Whoa.
years is done. Things are changing. You're gonna need
Whoa.
this upgrade. Like, let's just keep it all the way 100. You have people who say they don't want to be on social media at all, but
I
then
was
they don't
one.
have a way to reach people. They don't have a way to go out. They don't want to put money into marketing. They don't want to have an email list, and they don't want to use social media. So exactly how again did you want people to do business with you?
We wasn't sure
Because not
yet.
everybody's picking up their phone. I have put my phone number on my website multiple times. Nobody uses it.
Oh, wow.
Nobody uses it.
This
And
is true.
it's a shame, because you will see people curse out Amazon. They'll curse out so any kind of major corporation, because a lot of these corporations are not putting phone numbers anymore. Look at their websites. They are not putting many phone numbers. If anything, usually it's overseas customers that they're putting the numbers for, and they're trying to drive people to chat boxes or emails, if they even give you those options. What was it? Squarespace had a Twitter. They wanted people to send their concerns to Twitter. I said, oh,
Wow.
okay. So
Wow.
you really have to understand soft skills are still vital. You're not
Yes.
only going to deal with new millennials or younger people who are all online. You're not going to only deal with people who are only on paper, brick and mortar. They have to see you in person. You're going to have a mix of people. So understand who's coming to you. Who do you want to work with? Why do you want to work with them? And then start to learn how to talk to them. Communication is key. As much as we've said today, communication is key. If you're not talking to your prospects, if you're not talking to your current clients, you're not learning their behavior, then how can you really build sustainability, which ultimately leads to you building growth in your business?
It's important, and it's something that you really have to look at because those become barriers to your success, to your growth,
Yeah.
and to your development. And you have to be flexible to change. And a lot of times it's just your opinion, how you feel, but it's not how things are around you, and it's not the perception of things, because you get stuck. Because a lot of times we just fail to acknowledge that, okay, what I was thinking is wrong. That's
Hmm.
where the vulnerability comes in. It. You know what? I
Yes.
was wrong about that. You are
I don't have all
so
the
right.
answers.
Yeah, I don't have it. Yes, this is my business. My name is on it. I'm the LLC, NIC, whatever the name behind it is.
Hmm.
That's me. But you know what? In this and in that, and it could be multiple things, because a lot of times we as business owners, we're wrong in the decisions that we make, the steps we take, those kind of things. But you have to be flexible and understanding and vulnerable enough to say, you know what? That was wrong. I acknowledge that was wrong. So let's see if I could get on the right track. Let's salvage what I've tore up. I had to do it with my website, guys. I was wrong. Pictures does not equate to clicks, and clicks does not, and that doesn't equate to sales. And I had to learn that. And it wasn't so much that it was painful. It was just an understanding of me coming from a place where I didn't know what I was talking about. And
Yep.
it's nothing wrong with that. That didn't change Carl. That didn't make Carl any less. But when it came to that website, you couldn't tell me mine wasn't pretty. I went through the stock. I had the beautiful most pictures. I had the
Like he
most
was a
entertaining
photographer.
but
Because that wasn't that a question I asked you? I said, "Carl, or are you in consultation?" Because he wasn't talking
uh,
nothing about his business. He was showing pretty pictures. I'm like, oh, okay.
yes.
Because
And you got
that's
to
the
bring that
goal.
in.
That's the goal.
Yes.
People who come in to help you, their ultimate thing is at the end of the day, when I leave, this is your business. So if you don't care enough about your business to understand what you need this website, what you need this marketing tool, what you need this chat box to do, then we can sell you anything and everything all day. But if
Mhm.
you cannot come and sit down and have a full-fledged conversation to explain what your ultimate goal is, then we cannot in good thought and good mindset a frame to say, okay, this is what you need, clear cut, no nothing else. At the end of the day, you can use 40 different platforms and still not make a sale. You can jump on Shopify and not make a sale. Why? Because you don't know how to get somebody from A to cart. You don't know which one of your products is really selling best, so you can send people directly there. You don't know what to showcase on your website. If you have a service and you're doing dog grooming, and your best seller, no, seriously, your best
Yeah.
seller is a bundle, but you're not even promoting the bundle so you can get more sales, because maybe your best seller is literally 10 sales for the month. Then you need to promote that more because that's what people wanted.
Yeah.
So make it easy for them. The ultimate game in business, make it easy for folks to do business with you. Even non for profit, your goal is to raise money. Make it easy for people to donate. Make it
Yeah.
easy for us to support you. If you need clothes from us, make it easy for us to give you the clothes.
Yeah.
Why you got me going 4 different boroughs and I still can't find a drop box yet? I gotta wait till the till the height of noon for you to
Mm.
open up your shop. Maybe you decide you don't want to open today, but you didn't decide you said you didn't want to put a notice up. That was too much work.
Yeah, too much art.
It's like you can't be lazy in your business and expect to be successful. Just like in corporate, you can't be lazy at the job and expect to be promoted.
Yeah. And it's on you, and you have to move it. You look at it and you say, okay, I'm tired of these things. I want to grow. I want to. When do you stop and say, okay, what could I do? I'm one that does. I like checklists, and checklists are they very rudimentary, but they also very efficient. If you have a checklist and you write down items that you need to be doing or processes that you need to go in, you follow that checklist, you'll complete the project. And what I've come to find out, even in work, I always gave myself a checklist when I got in. Okay, I prioritize what's the most important thing I want to get done today before 5 o'clock hits. And then I just start writing down from there. And as I'm checking off of those, I'm actually completing my day. And oftentimes I tell people, get a notebook. And people are like, man, ain't nobody writing a notebook. I keep notes on my phone. No, notebooks and calendars. I got one. I got 3 calendars on my computer. I got one right here that I write in every day. Let y'all see it. I write in every day. You know why?
Mhm.
Because it gives me a visual to see my stuff outlined.
Yep.
As well, calendar on that and notes in your phone. I know, young people, are you hearing me? Let me knock on my screen. Young people, are you hearing me? The notes section of your phone is marvelous. It is. But how can you put those notes and develop those notes for someone to get and follow
Yep.
behind you? How can they
That
get that? If I'm not here tomorrow, somebody can come and look at my calendar and see what I got planned for tomorrow, and they can execute what I need them to do. I can't do it from your phone that you walking around in that you want to send me a screenshot. But that's no knock on phone. Sometimes I get out there with the
right.
technology.
No, Lisa, there's been people coming in and out, girl.
And what
There's
she
been
said, she the
and
only
Lisa
person.
Lisa's about to be on our show.
Yes,
Yes,
yes.
Lisa's about to be on our show. I think we're
Shout out
waiting
to
for a
Robert
photo,
Berry.
Lisa.
I saw Robert. I saw. Yeah, we still waiting on.
Rob,
I saw Rob there. Lisa, thank you so much. I shout out that I had to find it. You know, I lost that wonderful, tremendous accolade of
testimonial.
testimony that you gave me. So I will be posting that today. I got a million things on my computer, guys, and I just had lost where I saved it at. Yes, I'm still old in that capacity.
Mm, mm, mm.
I save stuff and I'll be looking for the download thing, and I can't find the download envelope. So sometimes, yeah, look, I'm not ashamed to say it, child.
All
I'm not
all
ashamed to
day,
say it.
all day.
No, it
But
is.
we have come to our hour. It's
Ooh,
been
it's
a
been an
great
hour. It's
show
been fun.
already. Like I'm like, where did
Yes,
that time
right?
go? But of
Yes.
course, you guys know if you want to be featured, hit us up. Hit that link on there. Make
Yes,
sure that you apply so we
absolutely.
can get booked and ready. We have actually starting in November. We already have a November 2nd booked. So we are
Yes,
booking into November officially. I cannot wait for
absolutely.
all these shows that are popping off. I will be on Rob's show coming up this month. So I'm excited. And
You gonna be on Rob show,
he didn't
man?
lose
You
your
know Rob
testimonial, Lisa. He just
lost
got to
where I
go and
saved it.
put it on the site and send it to me,
Yeah,
or put it on the site,
yeah.
something.
I didn't lose. I lost where I didn't lose it, but I lost where I saved it. You know, sometime when it asks you for them folders where you save it at,
Hmm.
I didn't put a folder. So at that
He's
point in time,
new
I was
with
like,
Apple. All he gotta do
yeah,
is hit search.
yeah. See, I don't have no problem with that. I'm learning. Like I'm learning.
Lord,
These are the things that's gonna help you grow your
Lord.
business. And Rob got you on this show. Rob, I've been knowing you for like months, homie. You ain't got me on the show yet. That's messed
Did you
up,
reach
man.
out to apply? Did you reach out to apply?
That's all right. That's all right. I feel how people be. I see how people
I
be.
reached out to apply. What you saying today? I did do the work.
Oh
Do the work.
wow, 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 wow.
But yes, on
Oh,
Thursday, Carl is ditching me to go
oh
live his
wow.
life. No, but he's gonna be in real time at an event. So we are gonna have Tomasa with us
Yes, a
guest
punting.
hosting. I cannot
Absolutely.
wait. And we are going to be speaking with Farah. She is awesome. She helps out nurses level up and get their own ish together. So we can't wait to have that conversation. And I guess Carl might join us next week.
Yes,
I
I
don't know
will.
what's happening.
I will be checking. I will be checking in from the flight. You know, I don't know if anybody like it. I'm not flying business class, so I mean first class. So I don't know how my internet gonna work up there at 30,000 feet. But I'm gonna try to check in time and check in. If not, I'm gonna be sending from my Apple Watch. I'm gonna be sending in little stuff that I want to say on the
Oh
show.
Lord.
But I know we got a great co-host that's gonna be. But she's been on our show. She's tremendous, a great friend of mine across the bridge from me in Philadelphia, and I'll go on to love the energy that she brings. She is a total package, along with Charlene, of course, and they're going to bring you an awesome show. And we will be back on next Tuesday. You'll see me next Tuesday with Charlene, and we're gonna have I don't remember who we're gonna have Jessica White next Tuesday. So we go on the whole week in advance to give you guys a little input of what you're doing because we booking up to November 2nd. You guys better get on. You guys ready to get on it. And then we blow
Yes.
up, we're gonna have to put you in the
Because
little thing like Oprah.
I was up late creating the graphics for all the shows that are coming up. We're gonna start
Yes,
setting those up and sending those out so you guys can stay up to date. Put them in your own calendars. Make those action
absolutely.
items so you can be here.
And we're gonna be
Yeah,
shooting the
so things are
emails out to
moving.
you, the
Yes,
reminders,
things are
the email
moving
reminders.
fast.
Yeah.
And
Yes.
Carl, you have some things coming up.
Yes, Thursday, beginning this Thursday, even though I'll be out of town, it's going to be on Clubhouse, so I'll be able to commit to that because there's no visionary that I need to do. We're going to be on Clubhouse. It's my series. If you were not there last Thursday, you missed a treat. We kicked
Yep.
off with the Intentional Success Tribe room. Go and sign in at Deanna Jean, at Carl Sean. We're on there. We're going to be on there every Thursday of this month of September, and we're doing a vulnerability series. I want you guys to come in and ask questions. We're touching everything from last week. I did an intro. I did a little bit of my personal story, which I don't always share on the LinkedIn because I just do it intentionally and strategically in points of time to let people know how I live. But it is incredible. It's amazing. So go and join. She runs an awesome 7 to 8. 7:59. She's doing the countdown. I'm ending this room in 5, 4, 3, 2. Yes. So
Yeah.
you're not going to be in there past an hour. You're going to get in, get what you need, and get out. And we're going to be doing that. And I got a meeting actually with her today, later on this evening. And we're going to have a bunch of surprises that she's unveiling because we're going from there to the next plateau. So you guys just bear that in mind. We are just doing it, doing it, doing it. And Rob, I want
September's
to
about to be
invite.
popping.
Yes, I want to invite Rob.
Oh Lord. So September's about to be popping. We got a lot of
Yes,
guests coming up. We got some shows planned. And also we got the website we're working on. So
yes.
Carl is constantly talking about merch.
Yes, I
That's gonna
got
be on
cups.
Carl.
I got cups. I got cups. I got mugs. I got them sitting in my cart. They do my business search for Carl Watkins Consulting. I got them sitting in my cart. I'm just waiting to see what we're gonna do so I can hit the order process because we're gonna be offering. That the idea is, yeah, we putting it out there because sometimes you have to put stuff out there for people to hold you accountable. We're gonna
Right.
be offering mugs to the guests, but we're gonna have the little tumblers and we're gonna have some other things. I can't figure out what on the office plateau we're gonna get, but we definitely gonna be doing mugs and tumblers. And if you special, you might have a T-shirt with you with our little picture on it. Yeah, 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 yeah,
See,
like that because we getting like that.
that's my co-host talking about pictures, child. I don't have nothing to do with this. But yes, if you have not done so already, follow Transform Clicks to Profit on your favorite podcasting platform. I have been hitting it strong. People have been supportive. Thank you guys so much for the huge downloads, the listens, the follows. Do
Yes,
not forget to leave reviews. Give me some feedback so I can know what you want to hear. I have some more shows coming up. A new episode dropped today, and it's talking about the 8 gaps on your website that are costing you money. We talked a little bit about a few here, but listen to the podcast, take some notes, take action. We're not doing this just so you guys can hear us talk. We want you guys to take action. Be
action.
motivated enough to invest in yourself, either time or money, but pick one.
That's it. One of the two. So we thank you all for coming by. Each and every one has come by. Carla, Rob, Lisa. The list goes on and on. Aldo, all of you guys. We appreciate you guys coming by and giving us support. Or Sean early on, Carla. We thank you guys so much. Claudel Montego. I hope I pronounced that right.
Donovan,
Glad. Glad Donovan, I'm glad to have some people in the audience who we have not seen. We thank you. Tell a neighbor, Taurus, my homeboy, military dude. Thank you for your service as always. Tell your neighbors, tell your friends. We're here every Tuesday and Thursday, 10 a.m. Real Talk with Carl and Charlene. You guys have a wonderful
yes.
rest of your week. Remember, you only got 4 days of work this week. You didn't do nothing yesterday. Go give them
Ooh,
your
you
all.
shady.
Go
You
give
shady.
them your all this week. You got 4 days. That's coming from a leader. You, you get 4 days. Give them 4 days because you got a 5 day check. So give them 4 days. I'll see you
Plan it
guys.
out and you'll be fine.
I'll see you guys on the other side. All right, Charlie.
All right, guys. Peace.